Okay, so let's come back to the front of the mat. You can fold your hands to your heart because you can't see me. um, so yeah, just fold your hands to your heart and reconnect with your breath. Reconnect inwardly. Um, Play here with getting spacious once again in your whole being. Breathe from the sides of your waistline all the way up your back body into the back of your heart, connecting with solar plexus, connecting with your own inner strength, connecting with fortitude that lives inside of you. But then soften into this. Allow your awareness to remain spacious and your breath to remain spacious as you feel its presence expanding you. With your exhale, lower your hands. And inhale, rise up from within. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, gaze forward. And with your exhale, step or jump back to plank or chaturanga. And then going back to plank just so I can actually lower down to chaturanga personally. I feel like that requires inhale, rise up, a lot of strength and awareness. So I like it. Your left foot through between your hands to lunge. Pivot your back heel, go 45 degrees on the back foot, rise up for warrior one. Again, same thing, pulling your right foot back energetically, take the top of the thigh back and then spin it forward and around. Scooping left buttock under you, inhale, add the arms. This pose used to be my nemesis. Still intense. Fullness in the back body. Really draw the sides of your waistline up out of your pelvis. Pivoting off your back heel. Inhale, tip forward. Warrior three. You can do the arms however you want here. I'm not going to look at myself in the camera or you guys. With your exhale, you can lower your left hand down to the earth. Turn your right toes toward the sidewall and bring your right hand to your hip. Yeah, same thing here. The tendency might be for the knee to want to bend. So play here with pulling your left foot back energetically. Hamstrings engage. Bending your right knee, reach back for your foot and push your foot into your hand to curl tops of your ears back. Now, what's helpful here is to really scoop your front buttock under you and kind of lift up. We're going to play with no hands. Look at the floor. No hands. And back down. Stretching the right leg out. Lower your right hand, bend your left knee, and take your left hand, crank your left thigh bone to the left as you turn your right toes down toward the earth. And then step back to low lunge. Pull the back knee forward energetically to scissor your hips. Like widen your pelvis to the right, and then scooping your front buttock under you, rise up. So you can even take your right thumb to the inner thigh, your left hand to the center of your thigh bone, widening your right thigh over, scoop your left buttock and push down and out with the left hand. And then inhale, add the arms. Exhaling, lower your arms, lift the back leg, and step back dog. Inhaling, step your right foot through between your hands, pivot your left heel. Yeah, and as you're ready, rise up. So same thing, spreading the toes on your back foot, hug your heel forward energetically, and pull your foot. So the heel is hugging, the heel hug forward toward the midline, okay? The whole foot pulls back energetically on the same vector as the foot is facing. It's pulling back to engage hamstring, okay? Maintain that to come on up and stretch. Deep breaths to nourish this deep inner connection. Inhaling, tip forward, pivot off the back heel, and step forward, warrior three. Back body fullness. Lift up through the midsection. With your exhale, lower your right hand down. Sorry, I forgot to turn my body. Kicking your left foot forward. Wrap your right buttock under you to stretch your top arm. Bending your left knee, take hold of the foot and hugging the left knee toward the midline. You can push your foot into your hand. I'm looking right up at Ganesha. His presence is just a reminder. All the tools we ever need are already there. You just have to learn to access them. What is the combination? What's the right combination of stuff for you? I don't mean outer stuff. I mean ingredients in your practice, in your life. Stretching top leg straight. Bend your front knee. Turn your left toes down and crank your right thigh bone to the right. Okay, keep that to step back lunge and lower the back knee. Pulling the back knee forward energetically, widen your pelvis to the left so the right thigh bone integrates more fully, and then you can come on up. Yeah, the left hand can go to the back inner thigh, right hand to the front thigh. From the core of your belly, you can stretch out through the legs to lift up through heart. Exhaling, lower your hands and step back, down dog. With your next inhale, left leg forward for pigeon prep. Okay, rise up to your fingertips. So here, yeah, we don't want to be hanging out over here. We're more forward. So don't worry about whether or not your front hip's on the floor. So worry about, is your sacrum level, right? That's going to end. What's your front foot doing? So push the baby toe mound into the floor. That's going to engage your outer left hip more. Bending your back knee, take hold of the inner foot. Now, from here, you can bend your elbow up to the sky and swivel your hand on the top of your foot to actually move into a deeper thigh stretch. This isn't mermaid yet. This is a deeper thigh stretch, actually. Mermaid's a deeper back bend. This is a deeper thigh stretch. You're pushing down. I like to give a little bit of quad engagement, though, so you're not just pushing one way. You can push your foot into your hand. Good. From here, exhale, release, and come on down. Pushing your foot into your hand, scissor your hips more. Draw your left hip back, your right hip forward. Allow that to help facilitate a deepening of your breath all the way into pelvic floor. And if you want to go for a twist, rather than like being down like this, lengthen the right side body so you're not collapsing. There's a fullness. Inhale, back body full. Exhale, heart open. And inhaling, unwind. If you're going to jump switch, you can. And same thing, pulling your back leg forward and your front leg back, scissor your hips. And then allow the pelvis to just settle here. You can look back and see that your back leg is parallel to the sides of the mat and is the sacrum is as level as possible. And so as you go in, with whatever you're sitting with in your life, yoga allows us to kind of lessen our hold and lessen our grip on the things that are really, that seem so pressing and important. hold your back leg, your back foot. And so what is needed in this moment? What do you need in this moment? Which ingredient to bring you to a space of deeper connection with your own inner process? Really allowing yourself to go there without holding back. Come on down to your forearms. Push your foot into your hand. Fill up through the back body. Soften your heart. Good. So instead of like being down here, it causes, it's just more collapse. I like to feel a sense of energetic engagement and support. So it's not like you're not stretching out, but there's more support as you do. There's Buju the cat. Come here, come here. So inhaling, draw sides of your waistline back. Exhale, spin your heart open. He really doesn't ever listen to me. Occasionally, actually. Inhale, unwind. Okay. We're going to play now with Vishvamitrasana to Kaundanyasana. Okay? So we'll go the left side first. That's what we've been doing most of the practice. To Kaundanyasana, to Dvipada Viparita Shalabhasana prep. Just a Viparita Shalabhasana prep to Kaundanyasana on the other side. Those of you who've been practicing with me for a long time, you pretty much know this sequence, and if you're not as advanced in the asana portion of things, it doesn't mean you're not advanced in general, but if you're not as advanced there, you're just going to play with, working piecemeal. You can do Vishvamitrasana, the first pose of the sequence, with your back foot against the wall. So you can just take your mat to the wall and have the back, the outer edge of your foot against the wall, and it just helps give you more support and stability, okay? So that's a nice way to work it. I'm not going to work it that way. It tends to mess me up. I just don't really need it at this point. But I am an advocate of working with what you need. Meet yourself where you are today. What's the ingredient that's going to help you tap into a deeper space within yourself? It's not going to piss you off or frustrate you. It's going to allow you to go there. I think a lot of times we tend to think that if something's not painful or really challenging, then we're not. It's not good enough. And so I invite you. Yeah, this sequence is like hard enough, right? That is the challenge right now. And so offer yourself what you need through that process. You're going to see that the back leg is going to be key. So the back leg really holds the fort down. I think of it like Ganesha, he's, well, even here, let me show you this. He's like standing on the one foot. See, he's standing on this leg. The other leg, oops, I get confused with this camera. The other leg is up, okay? So a lot of times you'll see him dancing like that. And so that leg that he's standing on, that's the really solid leg, and I think of that as the back leg. So you want that super steady, because it's like no matter how hard this is, I have the steadiness within myself to maintain a spacious awareness and to even go to let this experience, no matter how hard it is, take me more fully into my heart. That's what I'm choosing. If that's not what you're choosing, well, what are you choosing, right? It's fine. But let the back leg really represent that sense of fortitude and steadiness. So you'll see the back leg really holding the midline, okay? I'll demo this. I will be switching to Kaundanyasana on the other side.
So we'll go, and thanks to my friend Tina, she reminded me that I could do this. Just watching her so beautifully do this was really inspiring to me. So the idea is not that, oh shit, I'll never be able to do that. It's like, oh wow, look at what this person is capable of. If they're capable of it, they're reminding me of the tools that I have within myself to access these same poses. That's the whole idea, okay? So let me put Ganesh up. Okay, so the back leg, super steady. Just palpate your back leg, see that it's working, okay? It's like Parsvakonasana here, okay, in the legs. Work the left shoulder under. Okay, placing the hand, back leg steady, left shoulder blade on the back, right shoulder blade on the back. I'm going to stop talking now. Okay, you can reorient yourself here, Kaundinyasana. Okay, so put your chin on the floor. That's necessary to get into Shalabhasana, Viparita. So as you go into Kaundinyasana, back leg super steady. Place the chin. Let the stretching through the back leg and the pulling back of the chin give you access to the middle so that the other leg can meet you. And then you just switch like that. Okay? Again, work at any place that feels challenging in a good way to you. That might be just regular Vishvamitrasana, first pose. Might be Vishva to Kaundinyasana. Go for it. And then just see if you can come out of it without collapsing onto the floor, which is one of my favorite variations of the pose is, you know, something like this. So that's always fun. See if you can come out of it a little bit more succinctly than that. Okay, and I'll do the other side. All right. Honestly, normally when I do that one time, that's enough for me. But if you're really feeling like you want to do it again, you can play with it again. I'll probably hit Vishva and just hold it, you know, on each side because I think it feels really amazing to the side body. Then we'll do just a couple little back bends and then quiet. Okay. All right, thigh stretch, numero dos. So, pigeon prep 2, thigh stretch. Same thing, rather than letting this happen, pull the back knee forward, scoop your front buttock under you. You can stretch the top arm. back knee forward, and then like widen the left side of your pelvis to the left, wrapping front buttock, stretch top arm. All right, let's do a couple 1st's just really simply. I hope you're getting a kick out of all this moving of stuff. Lengthen, lengthen, okay? Tops of the ears go back. Slide sides of the palate back. Scooping tailbone, get heavy in your legs. Inhale, rise up. I love that pose. So again, sacrum level. If you feel the base of your glutes clenching, that's going to hurt your low back over time. It creates a pattern in the body that's not so healthy. So rather, hold a block between your upper inner thighs and hug the midline immediately. Draw in this way. Right, so pushing your knees down, pull them toward the midline. You'll feel your inner thighs toning. That's where you want to be. Your glutes are toning, but they're not gripping. There's a difference between glutes engaging, okay, and you'll feel that, and then gripping like this and tucking. So we want to find the sense of the glutes engaging without the base of them just like crunching under, okay? So hugging knees in, pull thighs back, anchor tailbone down to really lengthen through here, and then curl tops of your ears back. One hand back at a time. Slide the sides of your throat down. And you're not just letting your head go. There is a lift. It's not craning your neck lift. It's not just hanging out. Okay, let's do a few Urdhva and maybe even Dvipada Viparita Dandasana. Place your hands and your feet skillfully, pulling your feet back toward you. Lift your hips, curl to the top of your head, shoulder blades on your back, rise up. Keeping your arms super steady, so that's Ganesha, right? He gives us fortitude, but it's really you who was always there. So the upper arms, forearms are solid so that the heart can pump. The sun is actually shining. This is amazing. So it's like you just celebrate when it comes out. It's a big deal. Every time the sun has come out in the past few days, I just take a moment to really honor it and be thankful for it. It hasn't happened that often lately. All right, back bend numero dos. Pull your feet back, hips up, and then curling to the top of your head, just draw your shoulder blades to your back to rise up. Maintain that, and if you want to come up to standing, we're not going to work that today, but you can walk in and then just root yourself down to rise up to standing. In the same manner, hug legs in, pull thighs back, scoop tailbone, and then lifting your heart, curl. Deep breaths here. So again, just playing with, really focusing on pulling in with your whole being, connecting to your center, spiritual center. And then staying spacious as you make room inside of yourself for your breath and for what arises during the practice. I like to work this. You can push your thighs into your hands. I did a big back bend practice yesterday, so I'm good with that. If you want to throw in a couple of back bends that are more intense, you can. Dvipada would be great. Otherwise, I'll talk us through that later on. And let's start the cool down portion. So we'll spend the next 15 minutes just quieting down. So downward facing dog. We'll focus here on, again, it's really pushing the tops of your thighs back. Breathing space into your back body. Softening your heart. Walk your feet up, Uttanasana. The same thing, spreading your toes, bend your knees, and hug your heels toward the midline. Pull each foot back energetically, and then just widen. You can manually widen your thighs back and apart. And keep that as you push your thigh bones back and scooping your tailbone. Bow. You can wrap your forearms around your calves if you'd like. Have a seat. Okay, so pulling your right foot back for Janu Shirshasana. Crank your thighs back and apart. See how wide the knee is? That's where we want to go. And so this is my tendency. So a healthy sense of healthy ingredients are, giving yourself what you like, but also not doing that too much. So creating a balance with everything. Drawing sides of the waistline back. Inhale, lift up. Pushing your right knee into your hand. Move the right side of your sacrum in and up. With your exhale, you can pull your left foot back energetically and take your right hand over the top of the left foot. Walk left fingertips forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhaling, fold. And I get a huge stretch through the back body. So you're really doing a big twist through the midsection, but then the gaze is going to be more toward the same shin or knee, whichever. Deep breath. Keep pulling your left heel energetically back toward you, just enough so it's connecting. So your muscles are hugging the bones in a really sweet, safe way. And that supports your breath, being able to move with even more freedom through your inner body. We're going to move into Parivrita Janu. So with your inhale, rise up. Exhaling, you can just shift a little bit. And then take your left arm along the inside of your leg. Okay, flipping the palm. So you're doing a little lobster claw. Inhale your right arm alongside your ear. Okay, exhaling, you can scoop your tailbone to get more of the QL area attachment. And then here, if you can hold your foot, okay, that's great. If not, you're just going to keep reaching like so. If you can work your left shoulder to the inside of the leg. Okay, and then grab the foot once again. And I'll really play with getting it in there. And then hugging the right elbow toward the midline. This way, just deepen your armpit. Inhaling here. Exhale, scoop your front buttock under you.
Buju's learning to play the singing bowls. Make the inhale, unwind,
push up. Okay, and we'll do the other side. I'm just gonna do this. So, okay, I'm still really working with this. Well, yeah, I'll start this way and then. So widening your thighs back and apart. Push your left knee up into your hand to spin your inner body to the right, okay? And then inhale, get space through both sides of the body. With your exhale, bow forward. And here you can walk the right fingers forward. Even push the outer edge of your left foot on the ground. So it's not just hanging out, okay? And then inhaling, lengthen, spin your inner body to the right. Exhale and bow. Inhaling, lengthen. I'm just going to do this not facing you. And then so you're just going to open the stance a little bit. Exhaling. You can take your right arm along the inside of your leg and stretch your left arm. Okay, it may touch the foot. If so, you're going to start to work your right shoulder to the inside. And if not, don't worry. You can also have a belt. I like using a belt for the bottom hand if it's not touching the foot. I think that's actually more effective than having it on the top. So inhaling, hug your left elbow toward the midline. Exhale, deepen your left armpit and pull your spine forward, but keep scooping right buttock under you. Deep breaths. And you can unwind through the middle. I'm going to let you, if you want to do ab work on your own, you can do that. I'm not going to teach any today, but we will. We'll get to that. We'll do yoga ab work. And I like doing some stuff that it's just working with the midline. It's really simple. So last, let's take Pashimo, okay? Widen your sits bones and really crank your buttock back and apart. So you're not just like kind of halfway doing it. It's like really do it. And then grounding your heels into the floor. Pull back so you can feel the undersides of your legs engaging and your thigh bones moving into your hip sockets. And draw the sides of your waistline back and lengthen through crown. And inhale, stretch up. And exhale, bow up and over. Okay? Bending your elbows out to the sides. Pull forward. So the heart pulls forward, the spine pulls forward, but scoop your tailbone and get heavy in your legs. Elbows bend to the side so shoulder blades can stay on the back. Inhaling, lengthen, rise up. Cool. So, if you'd like to sit now, I'm going to sit. And if you would prefer to do Shavasana, you're going to make your way into Shavasana. Obviously, I haven't had music because I'm new at this. So, you know, whatever Shavasana music works for you or meditation music, use that. I'm going to grab out my meditation cushion and just sit. There we go. Okay. Bedtime. So take your time to align yourself skillfully. And what is the most beneficial amount of each ingredient that you need to nurture your inner experience, to connect more deeply with the fortitude that lives inside, with the spaciousness that lives inside, with the presence of your own heart. Make any small adjustments that you need, and then come into your breath. If you're in Shavasana, you will allow every bone in your body to be heavy. And if you're seated, allow your pelvis, your legs, with each exhale to settle a little more deeply into the support of the earth. Allow your inner body a sense of spaciousness. Welcome in your breath so that it expands into your whole inner body and your whole inner experience. How much softening do you need in this moment? Let your breath continue to be your guide. Let it guide your awareness as you go more deeply into your own inner experience. You can begin to gently bring awareness back. Sweetly deepen your breath as you start to, if you're in Shavasana, invite movement into your fingers and your toes, arms and legs. Stretch your arms over your head and your legs in the opposite direction, and then bend your knees and roll to your right. Unless you're pregnant, you'll go to the left. Breathe into your back body, and then use your hands to press up to a good seat. Widen sitting bones. Get spacious through your inner body, and fold your hands to your heart. We take this time to honor the presence of the fortitude and the spaciousness that lives inside already. May we continue to play with just the right amount of ingredients in order to carry us through the threshold of the heart so that we can remain connected to this spacious awareness, this steady fortitude, no matter what happens in life. And I thank you all so very much for all of your support and love and energy. It's such a gift to get to share this practice with you. And I bow to you. Namaste. So thank you so much. We'll do it again.